This week we're doing a retrospective on Kingsfield, the 1995 classic fantasy dungeon explorer for the PlayStation 1. My name's Bill.
And I'm Mike.
And we want to start off by talking about our memories and thoughts about the game, because I think neither of us fully have... I don't even remember where this game came from. I mean, played it about 20 years ago. I remember renting it, and I have like flashes. It's almost like a dream, almost, but nothing specific. So what do you remember?
I hate to say it, but I am in the exact same boat.
Okay.
I mean, I was kind of nervous going into this because I have such vivid opinions and I remember the game, but at the same time, I don't remember a thing about this game. I mean, I remember the graphics,
right.
And I think that, like, in my head, is the best looking, like, PS1 game of all time, simply because of the way they did it. But at the same time, I remember I could never even beat the first, like, mob or monster that you would come up to.
Right.
And it would just own me.
What I remember about it is, okay, and I've told you about this before anytime we've talked about Kingsfield, and we can actually test and see if this is true. You come out of a lighthouse, you walk across a little bridge, and then if you, instead of going in the obvious direction into the cave, you make a left around the island, there is a cave filled with a giant crab. So we can actually test and see if this actually happens or not.
I vaguely remember the lighthouse. I remember going into the cave, and there was always skeletons in the cave, right?
I think if you take the main route, you're supposed to fight skeletons first.
Yeah. But there's, in the game, like, yeah, there's no textures. It's
very simple.
Garage shading.
Yeah.
If I'm pronouncing that correctly. You know, and...
Garage.
Very appropriate. But, yeah, it's, just the style I remember being so clean. But yeah, I remember, you mentioned you rented it.
Right. We never owned this game, and we always rented it.
Always rented it. And every time you rented it, I hated you.
Why did every single one of these involve you hating me for some reason?
I don't know. Dramatic effect, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But, it's, because, I can never make it past the first couple things. It always looked so clean, but it played so slow.
Yeah.
With amazing graphics. But the gameplay was just extremely slow.
Yeah. I mean, as amazing as PlayStation 1 graphics get, but especially early, because I think this was another 1995 PlayStation 1 game. So it came out probably within the first year of the PlayStation's life. And I have a little bit of a bias because I know this is FromSoftware. And man, they have a long history of games. You remember the Tenchu series?
I remember
Stealth
Tenchu.
Assassins.
Yeah, that was the one where you could cut the bamboo.
You can cut bamboo.
Yeah,
and
I remember that being so mind blowing. So,
yeah,
but that's not the game we're talking about.
Yeah, don't want to get off on a tangent on that.
Right.
But the big thing is, Dark Souls has become one of my favorite series ever, and constantly, Kingsfield is considered the predecessor to Dark Souls. So
Dark Souls is kind of famous for you die a lot, right?
And difficulty, and I think Kingsfield, I don't know if it was by design or if it was just a poorly designed game, but it was extremely difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see because, since 1995, since we first played that game, me and you have both become heavy PC gamers, and we're a little bit more familiar with obtuse game design. We're a little bit more familiar with more complicated games in the history of PC dungeon explorer type games. So I'm kind of interested to go back and see if this knowledge we've obtained over the years will help us and it'll make it a funner game. Because, I mean, being honest, like, it has a little bit more of a better reputation than Criticom, but I don't remember it being fun, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, at the time, we were so used to your 3D platformers or your early PlayStation games, which were, beat 'em ups or racing games or, just games you would pop in and just play.
Right.
Where this game, looking back, obviously it was designed to be a game to actually put thought and time and patience into, which is something
It wasn't thrown together.
Yeah, it was not NBA Jam.
It wasn't Criticom.
Well, yeah, you're okay. You're right. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't a fast-paced game. It was a game where you were supposed to play slow and methodically,
and I think that they did. I mean, it was either pen and paper games or it was classic PC games like Ultima that heavily inspired the design of this game. So
yeah.
Okay, so I think now we'll take a look at the game, and then afterwards we'll come back with our thoughts on it.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's fire it up.
Let's do it. Okay, so yeah, it just drops you right into the game.
I don't see a lighthouse.
No, there was a lighthouse-looking thing in the intro.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I can see that this water's shallow enough to walk through. All right, so obviously, like, this seems to be the way that they want you to go. So let's confirm if there's a giant crab over here. Oh, okay, there's the tag.
What is that in the water? It's a fish.
Okay, there's a fish. Oh, what could this be right here? Giant squid! Oh! Well,
it's a giant something. I
it
gotta
was
give you that.
a sea creature.
Mm.
Wasn't a crab, so yeah. So
Hey, there's your light.
there's
Look at
my
that.
lighthouse. And if I know anything about lighthouses, they are meant to be.
That is some steep steps.
This feels like the type of game where you're supposed to get out some grid paper and like map every piece of land you go across so you can remember what you've seen. Is that the
Is that the dragonfly?
a dragonfly? He's underwater.
This reminds me back at the old like DOS days.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would buy a game and load it up, and beyond like the packaging, like you had no idea what to do. I remember it was a lot like that with the old King's Quest games and things like that. It was way before like man would look up like playthroughs on the internet and stuff.
Let's see if we can kill this two-headed snail.
That is really cool looking though for a PS1 game.
Yeah.
Just the style is just so cool.
The mere fact that they came up with a two-headed snail, and it'd be so easy for there to just be like a dragon or something. There's probably a dragon later on, but now here. Oh. Okay, so we are hurting the snail.
But he's hurting you. I think he hit you with his poison.
Yeah. The delicious poison.
Oh. I think drink some water. You're addicted to it now.
I never want to leave this island.
Have a pole and sit on the shore.
Well, I mean,
This combat.
by all indications, we are doing damage. So, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Thanks for asking.
Mm. Job going good?
Going good. Yeah,
Wife and kids?
Yeah, kids are well.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, this battle is really going at a snail's pace.
Oh! Yeah. At least he can't turn quickly. Or at all, obviously.
I mean, okay, we're clearly not supposed to be killing this yet, I'm assuming. But it appears that we can. I don't know exactly how long it would take, but
What's scarier is it looks like there was another monster behind him. That would probably...
But would he drop something that would make this a very, very long fight worth doing? Because that's the way Dark Souls is. You'll find enemies like this, where you're clearly not supposed to be, and you kill him, but it ends up being worth it because you get some piece of armor or some weapon. Oh! Oh!
Oh, he's shrunk. Oh!
No.
Yeah.
So...
I just want to see a skeleton. I remember the skeletons.
The skeleton's probably in the place I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh! Chest. Ah! What the hell? There's your skeleton.
Found it.
He hurt you. He's like, oh, this is gonna get him good.
You've been waiting 25 years for that joke. Got him.
Alright, so... Thank you for saying that.
Oh, there's a little squid. Okay. Jeez.
Whoa.
Oh, was that a hit? Yeah, that's hits.
Shakes the whole island. Now I'm hoping that Snell, that two-headed Snell, was we just weren't at the right level. Although this fight's already going on longer than I would really prefer any fight in any game would ever go. Especially with just a generic enemy. So, how's life been? Excited for your trip?
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. I can't help but think the way he's walking around. It looks like a Beavis and Butthead reference. He's Cornholio.
Okay.
Oh.
What the hell?
He defeated his head.
Oh my god.
The limbs are still sentient.
How did I even hit him? Oh, I gotta look down.
Oh no, it's not working. Oh, there it goes.
It's just that hit detection. It's that 1995 hit detection.
I don't know. There were good games in 1995.
Are you saying this wasn't one of them?
I'm alluding to that fact.
Are you saying some people might have nostalgia goggles for this game?
I think we're definitely two of them, yes.
No, honestly. I mean, this game is considered, while we kill the squid, and he does nothing, this game is looked at in a positive light. I mean, it's not like Criticom, where it's kind of universally considered not good. This game is well remembered, and I mean, okay, I admit this is 20 years later, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge it like it's a game from 2018. So this game, it does have a lot in common with Dark Souls. I think that's even possibly a stamina meter, yeah. So that's pretty similar. Dark Souls is all about stamina management.
I've never played any of those Dark Souls.
They're better than this. Oh,
what is that?
Equipment. I think that might have been a shield.
You found an ashtray.
Stargate.
A Stargate.
Nothing happens.
Alright, here we go. Oh, there's no analog controls. It's all...
Yeah. I think we have to get up to Ape Escape before the analog controls are introduced.
Ape Escape. So is that what we're going to do with this series? Is start at 95 and work our way up?
We'll go back and visit older games. Anything in the well?
Let's see. Oh, there's a... Where's the... No. There it is.
Little interesting fact about this game. It's actually, my understanding, from my brief research before we went into this, is this is actually the second Kingsfield game.
There's a... Wow, really?
Yeah, but the first never came to the US, and there's at least two more after this on the PlayStation. And I did play at least one of those, and I think it gets better. It gets more accessible if you think that's better, which I do.
That's funny. His face is still there. His head just deflates. I'm gonna get
fair?
one of these fish. Can you kill the fish?
He's guarding something.
Oh, the fish did attack me.
No. Oh, maybe. Okay.
That is a powerful fish.
Just killed by a carp.
Yeah.
Death by carp. Death by squid. Death by skeleton.
Death by anything put into this game.
Maybe we should like overact a little bit to get some
look.
more hits.
Yeah.
Oh god, this game is killing me.
Oh, there's a skeleton. Oh, I walked right up on him.
You found your skeletons, man. Those are your people.
Jeez! This skeleton was much higher level than I am.
Everything is much higher level. I don't even think you have a level.
You know, once you kill the squid's head, they turn into like some like creepy spider type of thing.
Ugh.
You know, squid without a head's just a water spider.
What is an octopus?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's maybe they turn into an octopus.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, octopuses have heads.
What would be hilarious is I say it's a 5-hour game. What would be funny is if it's actually like a 15-minute game.
It probably is.
And you just got to learn what to run by or what to grab.
No, I guarantee you that's what it is. As soon as you know what items you need, what needs to be killed and what doesn't, it's probably a 15-minute game. And meanwhile, we've spent a half an hour in the first 2 or 3 rooms.
Yeah, it's gameplay replay by frustration.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't feel like fighting another squid. These things are just
Like the only 2 options.
That's why I don't feel like fighting another squid. All right.
I think we call it.
I'm so over this game.
All right, cut.
Yeah. I'm a little speechless too. I mean,
Let's just lay the facts out on the table. Okay, someone potentially might watch this and say, if you've got the hammer of Dargadil and went left and then went up the stairs and then opened the farthest chest to the left, you would have known how to play the game. But look, the point of this series is to go in blind to a game we vaguely remember from potentially 20 years ago, like this one, and give a genuine, honest response to it. And putting it all out on the table, enemies take, 5 minutes? Not exaggerating. Every enemy we encounter takes 5 minutes to kill. The only feasible way to play the game is to run by every single enemy and hope that you make progress. And even then, I don't know what I'm doing. You die, and the normal enemies kill you in 2 to 3 hits.
mm-hmm.
The
skeletons kill you in 1.
the skeletons just cleave your head in half, and you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's not a good game. I had more fun playing Criticom, which at least was a bad fighting game, but it wasn't so confusing that you had no idea what was going on. What do you think?
I had more fun remembering the game, and I remember dying at every enemy. But yeah, it's something, and it's one of those things, like you said, there's probably 10 people out there who know this game inside and out and put the time into it that's obviously you had to put into this game in order to make any progress.
It's unplayable without a guide.
Yeah.
And if it's back in the day, when you're a kid, mom or grandma or someone buys you that game for Christmas, and that's your only game from that Christmas to the next Christmas. And I could see how, if you got this game that's full of mysteries and places to explore and all these unknown things, it could be fun because that's the only game you have for the entire year. But there's no way in the world that I would sit down and play this game by choice now.
Right. Now, like back in the day, to be fair, I played through King's Quest 1, the original DOS version with EGA graphics. I played through it 100%, figuring it out on my own. Right. And that was exactly what I think Kingsfield is. That was condensing 30 minutes of gameplay into 200 hours of failure. And that's how the game was for me. I had nothing better to do.
Right.
Other than sit and fail until I figured out the proper route to go. And that works for some games. With King's Quest, it was lighthearted, it was fun. You had King Graham.
Right.
And you kind of figured it out and you felt rewarded by it. But, King's Quest felt Kingsfield felt exactly the same type of thing. But I don't see the reward for killing the squid. Killing his head and then killing his body and then opening a chest and the skeleton kill you in one hit. It just seemed a little bit more infuriating.
It's good that they've learned. It's neat to see the predecessor to Dark Souls because, like I said, that's one of my favorite games ever. But like you said, if there's no reward, if there's nothing that makes you feel like you're making progress, there's no cookie crumb path to follow that's like, okay, this is frustrating, but I can see where I'm making progress. There's nothing to compel you to keep playing.
Right. Yeah.
So
like you said, we're looking back at old games that we remember playing and have made a mark, and Kingsfield made a mark because it's our second in our series.
Both of the games were fun to revisit, but it's undeniable that there are games from the past that hold up, and so far neither of these have held up. And I would argue that Kingsfield in 2018 is worse than Criticom. In 1995, Kingsfield might have been the better game. But if someone said you have to play one of these games with a gun to my head, I would pick Criticom.
Level up Demonica. Yeah.
So
I agree.
We'll see what game we pick next time. Hopefully it's something that holds up a little bit better, but right now we're 0 for 2, so we'll see.
Let's pick a fun game.
All right.
Thanks.